Having returned from his China tour, President Moon Jae-in feels key diplomatic agendas have been more or less been taken care of. Meeting with his top aides to start the week, the Liberal leader also highlighted the urgency of economic issues and what needs to be done to bring forth changes that can be felt by the people. Our Chief Presidential Office correspondent Moon Connyoung has our top story.
The state visit to China this past week helped address and wrap up the most imminent diplomatic challenges facing South Korea within the year. That's South Korean President Moon Jae-in's assessment of his 4-day trip as he came face-to-face with his top aides for the first time since returning home over the weekend.
이번 방문으로 한중 양국은 외부 요인에 흔들리지 않는 견고하고 성숙한 전략적 협력 동반자 관계를 구축할 수 있게 되었습니다.
His foremost concern back on home soil, the economy. Noting that although the 2017 growth rate for Asia's fourth largest economy is expected to top the earlier forecast of 3% and the nation's job market seeing an upturn, the South Korean leader pointed to youth unemployment as an area that remains as a persistent problem.
정부는 청년고용 대책에 특별히 관심을 기울이면서 19조 2천억 원 규모의 내년도 일자리 사업 예산을 연초부터 빠르게 집행을 해서 국민들이 체감할 수 있는 성과가 나올 수 있도록 해주시기 바랍니다.
He also calls for efforts to make sure the $2.8 billion job stabilization fund is properly administered so that small and medium businesses aren't negatively affected by the hike in minimum wage. Among various issues discussed during the meeting today, the Blue House focused on the abolishment of cumbersome cybersecurity software programs and plugins as early as in the first few months of next year, as they're not only outdated by the global cybersecurity standard, but also lead to a slowdown in user experience, especially those living overseas trying to purchase South Korean products online.
Having completed what the Blue House has termed as the diplomatic task of the year, the Moon administration is quickly shifting its focus to domestic affairs, especially in the business and economic areas, with the latest poll showing the improvement in economic conditions as #1 priority among Korean people in the new year. Moon Connyoung, Arirang News, the Blue House.